Hey guys, today we're going to learn about water tension through doing the experiment Super Bubble. For this project, you are going to need a container, water, measuring cups, a mixer, and glycerin or corn syrup, light or heavy. Each one gives a different outcome. And finally, your choice of dish soap. You can use just about anything. The best one for this project, though, is something that's not concentrated or ultra. So your regular style dish soap will work. But for this project, I want you to try different types and see what happens with them. Now, water tension is the strength of the surface of a liquid, usually by its particles being pulled together, trying to take up the least amount of space possible. Well, to do that, we are going to use the soap to actually decrease a surface tension, which will allow the water to expand more. Now, I'm going to have my kids go ahead and do the project so you can see how to do it yourselves. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is make sure the lid is off your container. Then you are going to put in 2 cups of water. If you're going to be using the light corn syrup, you're going to want hot water. It doesn't need to be boiling. You just turn the faucet on to hot. Fill up 2 cups. And it doesn't have to be precise. Now, completely forgot, you are going to need something to blow the bubbles. We're using large straws. You can use small straws, or if you have one from your own bubble machine, or a pipe cleaner. Either way, if you don't have any of that, I will show you one way at the end of this video on what you can do. Okay, with the water filled, the next thing you're going to need is half a cup of your soap of choice. Julian is using a plant-based soap. Never used it before, but we're going to find out if this one works. No, that's fine. Okay, Charlie, before you fill that, one thing that you'll learn inside science classes, you don't want to do something called cross-contamination. Most likely inside that cup still has residue of his soap. So what you're going to want to use is the other measuring container. Now, that one that you have, Charlie, is only 1/4 of a cup. We need half a cup. So how many of those do you think you're going to need
2
to make half a cup? That is correct. And I'd give a good little squirt in just for good measure. Okay. Now, with your soap in there, go ahead and test out mix it with your straws and test out. Can you make a bubble with it? Well, they seem to be, well, Julian seems to be, oh, there we go. So it does look like we are getting some bubbles. But they are popping right away. Alright, now after you've added the soap and you've stirred it up, go ahead and mix 1/4 of a cup of either glycerin or light corn syrup. And if you get a little, remember, this isn't, you don't have to be precise with this one. Actually changing it up might yield different results.
Cooking up something.
What was that?
Was corn syrup edible?
Yes, actually corn syrup is edible, and as a kid, I used that as a replacement for maple syrup on my pancakes.
You just gotta it does taste like maple syrup.
Alright, so when you get done with that, what you're going to want to do is stir it well. And of course, you don't have to use the straw. You
Oh,
could always use a spoon.
it's like all over.
Yep. Now that we're finished, let's go ahead and try to test out these bubbles.
No, what?
Okay, now with the creation, see, I want to show you, if you do not have a straw or anything, there's still always other options, and here are some tricks as well that you can do with this. First up, let's try out Julien's. What you're going to want to do is take your hand, make it like a circle, dip it in. You can see it when you stretch. You can always make a fist when you have your hands all nice and soapy. Slowly open. And look, now, you're not going to always get a good bubble all the time, but it's still something you can use. So, trick number one. We can actually have it bounce on us. So, whichever one you decide to use, whatever your soap is, take some of it, place it, spread it on your hand a little, get a nice little layer, and then blow a bubble on it. Then you're going to want to blow a second bubble. Well, either that's going to happen, or that's going to happen. The mixture that you make, it can be used right now, but to make it fully set, you're going to want to wait 24 hours.
Oh.
Hey everyone, it has been over 24 hours, and we are now going to test out our Super Bubble formulas. Do they get stronger after waiting the 24 hours or not? So, first up is going to be Julien's. Julien used the plant-based soap with light corn syrup. We're going to test out the bubbles. Okay, looks like we got 2. Ooh. Okay. Next up, Charlie's. Charlie used regular dish soap with glycerin. It looks like we got 2 safe, and it looks like my dog is going to attempt to eat them. Alright, they did not bounce. Okay, now mine. Mine is made with non-ultra dish soap and glycerin. Looks like I got 2. I don't know if they'll make it in time before the dog eats them, but... No, okay. I couldn't see. Hopefully you got to see if it bounced. Alright, now I have this last one that I made. I got curious what would happen if we use dish soap, water, glycerin, and light corn syrup. Not sure what's going to happen, but I'm going to give it a try. That's not a promising start. Apparently it sticks to the dog. And it's eaten. Well, with Majima here, might be hard to find out what's going on, but I do have one more trick for you. If you have a pair of wool socks, usually dress socks or anything, don't eat the sock. Wool sock, what it does is it provides less contact for soap bubbles, and you should be able to hold them. Maybe even play a game, pass it back and forth between siblings. Let's try it out. And as you can see, I now have the power of bubbles in my hand. Have fun with that, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.